I am honestly the worst kind of book content creator because there are so many books that I really wish I could read that I have in my hand. I realize that I might have taken on too much, but at the very least I have good taste. So I chronically accept author mail. I am so incredibly grateful to every single one of these authors who has trusted me with their babies. And I'd also like to say I'm also very apologetic to these authors that I have not had a chance to get to their books. But I still wanted to share some amazing debut novels, some hot new releases, and a ton of the books that I have been blessed with and have been added to my TBR. And hopefully I will get to them soon. One thing is, I will only accept author mail or sign up for advanced readers copies if I know that it's a book that I'm going to love. However, as a chronic mood reader and a really slow reader who's very behind on her entire TBR, they have stacked up. But I still would love to introduce you guys to these books, these amazing authors. A lot of them, it's their debut novels, it's their comeback novel, it's their first novel in a new genre. I cannot thank these authors enough for allowing me a chance to read these books, and now I am so happy to share them with you and give you guys these recommendations because I know that these are books you're gonna love because I know they're books that I am going to love. Let's get to it. I'd like to start with a Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwen. I'm sorry. This one's actually my current read. Very sad that it did release July 1st. It's well past that at this point, and I am still reading it. So sorry that I couldn't get that done on time. So I started reading this before it got released, but life took over. And I knew from the get-go, I was like, oh, this is gonna be so damn good. The way that I'm devouring this book, I'm so busy. And the only thing I can think of is just jumping back into this book because it has, ooh, I read the back. Her writing style, just the world in general has me so incredibly engaged that I'm in complete awe. Like, I'm pretty sure she has the Glacian trilogy. Now, after reading a portion of this book, I am dying to pick up because her writing style is amazing. She also is a book talker and a book content creator before, I don't know if it was before she was an author. While she was an author, she creates book content, which is so amazing because I have been seeing her stuff for a really long time, and I'm so grateful to have the advanced copy that is no longer advanced of her book in my hand and be able to recommend it to you guys. So in the back, it says, all Nina has ever wanted is to become an artisan. All Patrick seeks is a craftsman revolution. Will they choose their greatest desires or each other's shit? Wait, I've never read the back for these. I'll read like the synopsis, but like, you know, the back has different sayings and stuff, and that, stop. Okay, so essentially where I'm at right now, gets me giggly because it's so good. I'm so happy I get to talk about this book because I feel like since I'm not done with it, I haven't been able to fully review it. But now that I'm here and I can say it before, I get to talk about how amazing this book has been so far. It starts off with Nina and Patrick, who are 12 years old. They don't stay 12 the entire series. That I'm grateful for because I was like, oh, okay, I'll follow along, but like 12 is rather young. So they live in Bellevere and they are sectioned off between craftsmen and artisans. So artisans are essentially people who have kind of like elemental magic or they're alchemists. Craftsmen are like the handiwork people. Meanwhile, artisans, they make the artwork, they do the painting, they do all of the artistry. Not relevant, but a point in the book that I was like, whoa, this is God. An artisan had once made like a beautiful statue of, I think, their founder or their goddess, and he killed himself after making the statue. Now, it doesn't sound great, but pretty much it was because he said, oh, if this is my greatest life work, like, why am I gonna keep living if I'm never gonna make anything as good as this? And I was like, I don't know why that intrigued me so much. I was just like, whoa, okay. Not relevant to the plot at all. The way that they get chosen is that when they're 12, they get sent to this ceremony. They get sent to this ceremony to what? What are we drinking, babes? So they drink idiom, which either they're able to channel their powers, and I'm pretty sure they need idiom to be able to channel their powers, or they have no powers at all and they're craftsmen. That's how they kind of get split up. Very suspiciously so. Nobody in the lower class, aka Nina, Patrick, their class, have had powers in many years. How odd is that? Not suspicious at all. Nina pretty much wants to be an artist and she's always dreamed about it. That is her escape from like the world that she lives in. Meanwhile, Patrick, the only thing that he wants is to be a miner, be with his family, the exact opposite. And they make a really fun, very bantery friendship from very, very young. They were off doing some shenanigans and stuff, and they found bottles of idiom that were separated, some with wax seals, some without wax seals. And they overheard a conversation that was pretty much saying, we have enough artisans, all of the lower class, give them the vial that doesn't have any power in it, and that's it. We're done. We're not taking it anymore. Which pretty much means that the entire thing is rigged. They refused to give it to anybody who was lower class so they wouldn't become high class. Meaning that a ton of craftsmen kids and whatever that probably have some type of power in them were just not given the opportunity. Like Nina had absolutely no chance to become that. Her dream ruined. Since they found those vials, Patrick steals 2 of them, gives one to Nina. He doesn't take the vial. He takes the one that they offer him that's supposed to pretty much just not give him any chance, and he goes back home. Nina swaps out the bottles secretly, and she is given a power that hasn't been seen in centuries. How crazy is that? I'm assuming personally that it's because they just literally don't give it to anybody that could possibly have that power, which is the lower class, but hey, I actually don't know anything. And she becomes an artisan. Their paths part way. We know nothing of them. Where I'm at right now, we time skipped. We are adults now. I believe it's a 7-year time skip, and the world crumbled, and then she gets kidnapped. And you'll never guess who kidnaps her 7 years later. Patrick. I'm very, very interested to find out where this is going because he is so different. So different. He seems like mean, right? And he's very like, oh, I don't know. Relax. I'm really enjoying the book. I want to see kind of like how they work together or don't work together. I don't know if it's an enemies to lovers. I'm not sure. I'm having a really good time. Since I have started it, I can definitely recommend it. I want to know if Patrick has powers. I feel like I was all over the place with that, but just yeah. A Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwen. I think you should definitely pick it up. It is such a good book. I know it's going to be such a huge deal. I could already feel it. And I'm probably going to pick up her other books. Also want to thank Saga Press so much for sending me this advanced copy. Every single book I have ever gotten from them, I am addicted. The other book that I got from them, The Serpent and the Wolf, is one of my favorite adult fantasy books, and the second book is going to come out really, really soon, and I'm really excited. But anyways, you guys should definitely pick it up if you like a good like fantasy dystopian with forbidden love. It's giving all of it, and her writing is just so engaged. I'm so engaged. Relax. Okay. I feel like something's gonna there's gonna be a blow up somewhere, and I'm really excited for it. Next, I have A Vow in Vengeance by Jacqueline Rodriguez. Another advanced copy. This one comes out January 13th of 2026. This is the first romantasy published by Slow Burn Reads. If you don't know who Zando and Slow Burn is, they have published bangers. I love publishing companies with bangers. Thank you guys for trusting me because you guys are amazing. They published Butcher and Blackbird, which is a dark romance, very funny. It's one of the most popular ones. I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet, but everybody absolutely adores it. And Lights Out, which is personally my favorite dark romance. It's not very dark. It's still dark because they murder people. This isn't about Lights Out, but I'm gonna tell you, it's about like a masked TikToker. Do with that what you will. But I absolutely adore that book, and this is their first romantasy. When I tell you, when I read the back of this book, I was like, yes, please. And the author, oh my god, Jacqueline is such a sweetheart. I am so excited to read this book. I will be reading this before the release. I swear. Anyways, so this is kind of like a tarot magic book. It's academia. It has, where are our tropes? So we have enemies to lovers. We have fake dating, but fake mates. And oh, I love a good mate trope, but I've never seen a fake mating trope. Oh, that's gonna be so good. The chemistry is gonna be unmatched on that one. We have Coming of Rage, which I think is so funny. I love a good vengeance type of story. And we have Only One Bed. Need I say more about that? No, but I will. So in the back, it says, Deadly Tarot, Wicked Schemes, Dangerous Alliances, Can You Survive the Forge? Rune Riker has nothing left to lose. So every single year, humans are forced to journey into immortal realms, but Rune orchestrates her own selection, and she's like ready to kill anybody who's trying to stop her. Why she orchestrated her own selection, I'm unsure, but she's on her way. And now she has to survive in a school that is meant for people with tarot magic, which I think is very interesting. I'm not sure how tarot magic works, but I like the whole surviving in a school thing. It's very down my alley. You'll never guess. Our main character does happen to also have the most rare and powerful type of magic, and she has to live with Prince Draven, the only other person who has this magic, and she cannot trust him. This is just the perfect formula for a book for me. Considering he is apparently ruthless and ambitious and hates her, it's giving exactly what I need it to give. And I'm hoping it's kind of like a little bit of a dark academia to it. She seems to be ruthless. He also seems to be ruthless. I'd really like to see that combination. I love forced proximity. Like I said, Slow Burn has only published bangers, and this is Jacqueline's debut novel. I know I'm going to absolutely devour this book, and I'm already putting it on your radar because need I say more? There's tarot magic, there's fake dating, and there's only one bed. And apparently their attraction to each other may or may not start a war. Next, I have The Secrets of Jane by Charlotte Mallory, which actually has 2 books right now, Forgotten and Reborn. This is book 1. of the Improper Bastards series. This is one of the first pieces of mail that I got from NerdFam. Oh my, I don't know how I haven't read this yet, because the moment that I opened it, I was like, this is my next read. But you know me, I can't stick to anything. But this one, everything about this book was just screaming my name. Also, it's a pirate romance. I've never read pirate romances. I've heard amazing things from them. A lot of my friends adore pirate romances. Just to give you a taste. First of all, we see the look, right? It came with this bookmark. The bookmark says, "I'll haunt her shadows as if they're my own." What does that mean? I don't know. Give it to me. And the artwork in it, it's signed. I forgot it was signed. The artwork in it, okay. And there's artwork on the inside. I don't know how I haven't read this yet. I'm so horrible. Look at this. I'm sorry. Her captor, her ruin, her rapture. And in the back it says, "Any man who inspires you to speak of love that isn't..." I have such good taste. I need to read this. "Any man who inspires you to speak of love that isn't me won't live to see the rising sun." Father, I can't bring myself to say Father. The dedication to all the readers who want an MMC that will absolutely burn the world down for her. This story is for you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, give it to me, sir. Now, what is this book about? All I know is it's about pirates. One of my favorite tropes in this book is true enemies to lovers. I don't care for the marketing of enemies to lovers when they're not actually enemies. And this says true enemies to lovers, and yeah, I need them to despise each other, and they're pirates. I think they can do that. So he's a mercenary that has a power to allow him to feel like the fear and the love and the hurt and everybody else's feelings, and she's his target. And I'm gonna tell you something. We'll take it back to my favorites. Aaron Warner. One of my favorite things about that man was that he was able to feel and sense all of her, because it makes for very good spice. So Jane pretty much is on the run, and now she has to appear in front of a group of mercenaries for a crime that she didn't even understand she committed. She doesn't want to go back home because apparently there's a lot of trauma going on there, which valid. I'd love to know what the trauma is. Then Soren, our male main character, because he could feel and sense everything, he becomes like obsessed with her. So then he wants to figure out everything about her and like break down her walls, but then she's trying to keep her identity a secret. Why haven't I read this? Oh my god. Dark, and it's intense, and she's trying to maintain her like past a secret, and he's trying to uncover it, and I feel like that gives for a really good like tug and pull moment with them. And apparently there's like a power dynamic struggle, and that's hot between pirates. That's The Secrets of Jane by Charlotte Mallory. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be apologizing this whole video. Oh my god. Okay, so now we have Heir of Blood and Fire by Marina Lorendi. She is a local author near me, which I didn't know at the time when she sent me this book. I love her. I message with her really often, and she is so sweet and so amazing. We got a bookmark too. It says, oh, I just remember what this book is about. I can feel myself healing. It's a strange and beautiful thing. She sent me little tarot cards with all the characters, but they're back there somewhere. This book has like a very interesting premise. Also, the colors are really pretty. But this book has a very interesting premise, and it's like a mirror world, and that's what drew me to the book so much, because I felt like that was really, really unique. Our main character, Serena Avery, I think that's her name. Serena Avery is just like us. She reads about books. She loves the worlds within books. She's just dreaming of the worlds within books. And you know what? Unlike us ever, she gets thrust into the world of Fae, where she's accused of being a witch. I'd probably be accused of being a witch if I ended up in my girl's situation, let me tell you. But here's the catch. Here's the catch. Where she's being held captive, it's essentially a mirror world of where she actually lives. So the king who captured her is resembling of her dad. Is her dad dead? Yeah. I don't know if she has a good relationship with her dad or not, but that's kind of crazy. That would mess me up mentally, but it gets worse. The princess is her estranged sister. The really mean and rude and cruel and harsh captain of the guard is the one that got away. If you know me, you know I love a good captain of the guard as well. The one that got away, and he's there in the... Also, I want to know, is this real, or is this just like a mirror world that's not going to replicate to like outside? Because what if her one that got away is over there at home, and then she's dating this... I don't want her to wake up. I don't know her. I'm really interested in this. I've never read a mirror world, and I want to know kind of like what that means for her, what it means for her real life. Does she get the one that got away? Yes or no? Apparently this is her destiny. This is the prophecy. So I'm very, very interested in this. I also really, really do love the author. So this is one of the books that I am actually very, very excited to, and I'm really, really hoping to get to this year, because I've had it for longer than I should have, when I'm very interested in it. But that's Heir of Blood and Fire from the Black Blood series by Marina Lorendi, and I am so excited to get into it, and if you can get into it before me, please give me all your thoughts. Next we have Fateless, which comes out July 25th. I got the amazing offer from Epic Reads. I actually thought it came out July 15th, and I was really worried. I was like, yeah, another one bites the dust, another arc that I haven't been able to read, but I actually have time, so I'm really, really hoping to get into one. It's short, I can do it. So this one's by Julie Kagawa, which is apparently a very known author. A lot of people were waiting for her to bring out another book. I've never read her. I'm excited for this one. Apparently it's like Assassin's Creed inspired, which is very interesting to me. I don't know a lot about Assassin's Creed, but I do like the aesthetic of it. Deep in the forgotten city of the Deathless Kings, an ancient relic of untold power waits for one bold enough to steal it. By the way, this is a young adult book. Our main character, Sparrow, who is 17, takes on the mission to find the relic. It makes sense. She's our main character, right? And she's part of a assassin's guild, I believe, called the Circle. And I love myself an assassin. A female assassin being the main character, yeah, sounds like right down my Throne of Glass alley, yeah. So in this, she's forced to team up with an assassin. I don't know if she's the assassin now. Wraith. Now together, they're trying to fulfill this mission, but she's trying to figure out where her loyalties lie, whether or not she can trust her partner. It's my favorite kind of tropes, just speaking to me. And she's facing fate, as you can tell by the fact that it's called Fateless. And I love good fate, and I love a good, I don't know if I can trust my partner, but I'm in love with him. It plays a game with destiny, which I absolutely love. I love it when everything is out of their power and they're suffering. So I'm very excited for that. I'm really excited to see what comes of it. I'm going to start this. I have to finish A Forbidden Alchemy, and then I'm going to get into Fateless. We'll talk about it. Yes? Little book club? On her little like dedication page, it says, and if at any point in the story you wish you could pull up your hood and vanish unnoticed into the crowd, then I've done my job well. This is so good. I guess I'll find out next week. Next book, we have Exquisite Ruin by Adrienne May. Look at these edges, which I got from Simon & Schuster. And it's the first book of the Labyrinth series, trilogy. Onshore, in this deadly maze, the most dangerous thing may be the passion between. And it's a dark reimagining of a Minotaur myth, and it's romantic. I'm not sure if it's cross-species or I'm thinking of that wrong. And it says a sorceress and a demon are entwined in a sensual battle to try and get out of this deadly maze we have going on right here. Unique sexy. That's what it's giving. It's giving unique and sexy, which it says right here. Pretty much our main character, Sadare, yes or no, wakes up in a deadly maze and she remembers nothing except for the fact that she is really, really powerful. And she's forced to work with Daisra, who is a horrible demon who gave up his soul for power, which is great. I trust a man like that. I guess they're both stuck in this maze, and as they try to escape it, they start to discover that there's kind of similarities in their past trauma, which I love trauma bonding with my boyfriend. Don't you? Okay. And Sadare, while she's figuring out the truth of who she really is now wondering whether our man is the real demon monster or her. And I really like that internal battle. I'm wondering if maybe their pasts are somewhat intertwined. Why are they there? And I'm hoping it's a little bit spicy maybe. They're talking about a lot of passion in here, and I'm very interested in demon spice. This is actually one of the ones that I got most recently. It is The Prince of Power by Skylar Mason. Look at this. Look, do you see this? Yes or no? Probably not. It's probably blurred. Hello. There you go. Do you see this? Okay, great. So this one is a dark academia. It says, he took me captive, now I own his black heart. Period. I never meant to catch his eye, but once Damien Cross, the most feared man at Oxford University, claimed me, there was no escape. I love dark romance. So this is the first book of Rich Boys and Their Games. It's kind of giving me a little bit of like God of Malice type of vibe. Haven't read that, but I started it. It's giving me the same vibe as the beginning of that. He may be a prince, but I have all the power. And something about a dark romance where there's that type of power play is very intriguing to me, because I love a man who succumbs to his woman, especially in dark romance. You never see a dark romance man giving in. He is in some weird gang secret society thing. You know who he kidnaps? Our main character, obviously, who is a pastor's daughter in a dark romance book. So that's not gonna be good. His name is Damien Cross, and she's a pastor's daughter. I love the irony. That's really good. She's gonna pray. Sorry. He said, you miss pastor's daughter, you're mine. I don't care. I don't know anything about you. Come here. It starts to blur the lines of love and obsession. I love a good dark romance. I'm actually gonna need this as my palette cleanser. Dark themes. I love my trigger warnings. Ooh, I need to cleanse my palette right now. Damien Cross, who are you? It starts in his point of view, and that is a yes sir for me. Dark romance isn't for everybody, but if you haven't noticed by now, I'm a little, yeah, I need therapy. This is my therapy. Free therapy. Thank you so much. Next, this book came out June 1st, very recently. I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to read it, but she actually got an audiobook deal by Simon & Schuster, which is huge. And it is The Scars Within by Ange T. Dalton. She sent me Kindle version of this, and I recently won a giveaway for her exclusive edition. Her hardcover, look how pretty. And she annotated it. You don't understand how grateful I am right now. She annotated this. So it has like little highlights in the inside. Do you want to read the first highlight? You don't have to know what this is about. No. Oh, there's 2 highlights here. You're so stupid. That's okay. It's okay. I knew it was done when I felt no pain. I knew I was ready to throw this fight. I'm stuck in a place nobody will ever find unless one day someone can magically read my mind. Shut up. I don't even know what that scene is about, but I like it. She says that this is tied a lot to her experiences, so I'm really, really excited for this because I love an author who digs deep into themselves to give us a really good story, and that's usually a really, really healing book, so I'm really, really excited to get into this. She's an absolute sweetheart. I love talking to her. She relates this a lot to Fourth Wing, Powerless, and Throne of Glass, which are my kryptonite, so this is gonna be it for me. In the back it says, are you sure I'm not just another storm threatening to break you? Dragon. You are not this storm that breaks me. You're the storm that set me free. And it says, I survived rock bottom only to be burned alive. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So The Scars Within is about Scarlet Thorn, who is burned alive, and now she has no memories and she enrolls into a war college. In order to hide, you're supposed to stay controlled, and apparently that's not her thing. You know what? Me too, personally, because I would just crash out if I had to hide my identity. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's not relevant, is it? And instead of staying quiet, my girl gets stuck between two brothers, a nice and welcoming one and a dangerous and unpredictable one. I'm gonna tell you right now, if this is a triangle, I'm gonna go dark and unpredictable because I always go for the problem child. Everybody's dying. She's starting to uncover things from her past. She doesn't have her memories. This is the type of stuff that I like. I like my female main characters in pain and suffering and traumatized. And it says that falling for either of the brothers would be a mistake, but falling for both is deadly. Is this a white choose? And if it's not, that's okay. This one's going to absolutely devour. I'm actually really, really hoping that once the audiobook releases, I can start audiobooking it. But I am so incredibly grateful to have this copy and to have met somebody like Ange D. Dalton, who is an absolute sweetheart. She wrote this book from the bottom of her heart, and I know that there's dragons. There's dragons in a love triangle. Then I have When the Dusk Settles by Joanna Yeager. Look how pretty she wrapped this for me. I actually haven't unwrapped it. She's also an absolute sweetheart, and she follows me, and this is her debut novel. Misa is a street girl who is fighting for her life, and she takes in two kids who have lost their home. Clearly is gonna add big time to the stakes. Please let them live. So she's trying to like infiltrate the kingdom, but then she meets the prince. She's gonna fall for him, isn't she? Obviously she's gonna have to deceive him to try and get her way and try to infiltrate the kingdom. I love a good forbidden romance. I'm assuming our prince knows that there's something wrong with this nation, and she's not gonna get in trouble. I'm really, really excited to get into this one, and look how pretty it is. Dare I say more? And finally, on my Kindle, I have The Haven Academy for Transformed Students by Taylor Rivers. This one's very interesting to me. I also, again, love a good academia. I see what I'm signing up for. I truly do. The author directly sent it to me, and I'm so incredibly grateful. My friend has read this book, and my friend has phenomenal book taste. She says, like, this is such an underhyped book, and you know what? I agree. I haven't read it, but I agree. And I really, really think that it's very interesting for an academia because she's in a school for transformed students, and she's trying to prove her worth around, like, the elite students. But in the process, she meets William Lockwood, our golden boy who is full of secrets. And I absolutely love that. I like a fake man. What do you mean he's full of secrets? And pretty much she is uncovering a ton of secrets from the academy, but apparently they become a little deadly and the lines between good and bad blur, so it puts both her and William into a bad situation. Students shouldn't dig into the academy, but that makes for a good story. It's full of manipulation, shadows, secrets, and I'm sure we're uncovering a lot about our male main character, and our female main character is just make her way out of things while he is lying and there's deception and we're at a school. Does that give the premise? No, right? Yeah, sorry. Personally, I feel like this one's really, really interesting. I have read a few excerpts from it and I'm very intrigued by it. I love good school story. I feel like there's going to be a lot of tension and a lot of depth, and I love chaos. Thank you so much for that book. I am hoping to read it really, really soon. I'm hoping to read all of these really, really soon. All that to say, I'm sorry. I hope that my excitement in these books has also spiked excitement for you guys. I hope that you guys are going to pick up some of these books from these amazing, sweet authors who deserve all of the recognition that I failed to provide. I'm going to link all of these books in the bottom, and hopefully you guys pick them up. Hopefully you guys support these authors. Remember, a lot of these authors are either indie published, it's their debut novels, or it's something very, very new. So please support these authors. Please give them all a chance. Again, I wouldn't pick books that I did not think that I was going to adore and that you guys were likewise going to adore. So please, if you guys do pick up any of these books before I get a chance to review and read them, let me know. Let me know if I should drop the rest of my TBR to immediately jump into any of these, or if you have read any of these, or if you have any other smaller author recommendations you also think that I would enjoy. I absolutely adore connecting with my authors, and I'm I'm so grateful that I got a chance to connect with all of these amazing authors who have written such phenomenal stories with such interesting premises that hopefully I could do my duty and actually read soon. But for now, I'm super sorry for failing you. I'm not the best at this. If you guys want to hear me talk deeply into any of these books, any of my current reads, know everything that I am up to, please check out subscriber memberships on my page where I have a ton of tiers where I can connect with you guys on a deeper level and you can know absolutely everything that's going on in my brain. Please, I need an outlet. I really do. And especially if I'm going to read all of these books, I need to be able to yap about every single part of them because as you can tell, I am dying to talk about my current read, but nobody wants to listen. If you guys do want to join me in like a little mini social book club and take part in my current reads, I am currently reading A Forbidden Alchemy. I'd love to be able to discuss those thoughts since I need to start sparking conversations about these amazing books. I will be sending all of my updates in my membership channels, and if you're not a part of my membership channels, you guys will still get a full review and a full rundown of all of these books because the world deserves to know masterpieces. If in general you just enjoy hearing me yap and you want to hear me yap weekly, please subscribe, please comment any recommendations, and thank you guys so much for watching.